It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy, is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. Tomorrow is our birthday, which means we'll be doing pre-records but no lives because I don't actually know what Jason has planned for our birthday. So thank you to everyone who's been DMing me, wishing me all of the happy birthdays. I appreciate you. Some people I even shared the same birthday with and same birthday month. So happy birthday to all of you back. We have a lot to talk about. That's why we couldn't skip out on Hot Messy Topics today. I mean, between the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama, the Lisa Rinna, Real Housewives of Dubai showdown, Southern Charm, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Lala Kent's fiance or former fiance in the LA Times expose. Yeah, I guess you could say there's a lot to discuss. So before we jump in and bring on Jason, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And 140 in here to start. Hey, guys, let's welcome Jason.
Yay,
Hi.
It's your birthday.
It's our birthday.
Almost. It's not our birthday. Like I had mine. It's your birthday. In 6 hours, it's your birthday.
Oh.
Or 6.5, right? 6.5?
I mean, I guess.
So exciting. We have a big day planned tomorrow, so I hope you do those pre-records very early in the morning because we are not going to be here very long.
Yes, we won't be here very long, but we will definitely be here. I also saw where somebody said it's their birthday too, so happy birthday. A stripper
Happy birthday to all the cancers.
Donna Cobb,
crazy
hi,
cancers.
Happy birthday. We shared the same birthday, which means it's super special. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the happy birthdays. I appreciate you guys. Okay, Adam, here's another one. Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday. Mine is July 6th. Jennifer Newell. Hi, we have the last name and the same birthday.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. Wow.
Guys, 200 people in the room already, and we're less than 3 minutes in. So hi, don't forget to smash that like button. But we have a lot to talk about. I want to start with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama because I put a poll inside of the live chat. I pinned it. I asked you guys, and you guys voted on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and shit is going crazy.
Wait, I'm so unaware of all this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama.
Oh my God. Well, then
I'm just kidding. Who the hell is not aware of all the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama? It is so ridiculous. And I feel so bad to keep supporting this awful franchise.
Oh, no, I don't feel bad. I actually talked to one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills today, and I was like, you are so lucky that this does not involve you.
Yes, this is very true.
All right. Let's start from the very beginning because, I've been saying this on here for quite some time. Lisa Rinna has been just going down the rabbit hole on social media. She's absolutely ridiculous. And the only thing that I don't understand, Jason, and you and I have talked about this, and we've talked about it with other housewives before, personally, conversations that we've had. And housewives get in a lot of trouble. They can get fines for going on social media and talking about one another when it does not pertain to the episode that's currently airing on the show. That doesn't mean shit to Lisa Rinna because even though if it's true, whatever Ronald Richards said about her mortgage being worth more than her house or whatever the case is, she's obviously not afraid of fines because Rinna Beauty must be doing the damn thing. Now, in the meantime, she went on and she made a post about how she thinks it's bullshit that if she talks about Garcelle Beauvais on the show, then she's a racist. She said she, refuses.
Beauvais, not Beauvais. Beauvais.
Oh, Beauvais.
Little French lesson for today.
Beauvais. Hey.
There we go.
Love that. Love a good French lesson. I got through Spanish in high school with my iPhone. So give me a break here. But Garcelle Beauvais. Okay. So she went on and she said that Beauvais, I said it.
Think of it like Stassi's husband, Beau.
Okay. Can you get off of me? Okay. So my point is she went on and said it's bullshit and she refuses to accept this because she feels like if you talk about Garcelle on the show, it automatically makes you a racist. So she proceeded to go on and tell, the audience that they're a bunch of hoes and pussies and that they should be watching. If they can't handle it, go watch The Real Housewives of Dubai. Which, be careful, Rinna, because these housewives of Dubai, they're fresh.
Hold on. I was having this conversation with DJ Richie Sky, and I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, why did you go there? You went international with it. Like, why? Why did you pull them into it, and what does that mean exactly?
That's my question. So let's bring it up for a second and just kind of go through it, because they clapped back. Please. Chanel Ian, period, dot, said, Rinna, Africa called and they want their lips back. Keep Dubai out of your mess and your mouth. Tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for a brand new episode of The Real Housewives of Dubai. Lisa Milan said she does not want this heat. We're not Beverly Hills, and we will drag her right up off that doctor's table to the desert. Oh,
that was amazing.
And it just kept going. Wait, the way that we stand her even harder now. Oh my God, let her know, Queen, talking about Chanel IN. And people were just going in and in. And Lisa Rinna went on to point out the fact that she's like, listen, someone pointed out to her that her episode of Watch What Happens Live got more viewers, more like higher ratings than the actual show itself. This is what I have to say. I'm calling bullshit on this, not on the ratings, because that might make sense. And sure, that's fine. But these women are starting a brand new franchise where we have never met them before. We have to get to know them. We do this with any new franchise. Potomac,
any new franchise, unless, yes, we did. We slept on Potomac. We definitely slept on Salt Lake. But I have to say, compared to Potomac and Salt Lake, Dubai is coming in hot. I mean, they are hot. I mean, if this is boring, I can't wait to see when the shit starts.
And not only that, to be fair, Lisa Rinna came into an already well-oiled machine, and she was brought on by Lisa Vanderpump, who she went back and completely dragged through the mud and had no empathy for her when her brother took his own life and her mother lost her life. So, I just hope the sympathy and empathy that she lacked for Lisa Vanderpump, people give to her towards Lois, because I think everyone, all the viewers, no one has anything bad to say about Lois. And we understand that she's going through a lot with grieving her mother. I couldn't even imagine you lost your father. I would not ever want to be in that situation. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But
listen, I don't know, because Lisa has a lot of experience in the world. Okay. Like that's how I look at it. She's been an actress for a very long time. She's very, well-known in the industry. She's had a lot of projects and whatever. I got to see her and Harry Hamlin in Chicago, the musical, which they were actually ravishing in. But I just don't understand. I understand that when you lose someone, like I lost my dad a few years ago, and it just made me have more compassion and made me step back and see, you know what, the world and all of this BS that we're going through is really nothing. And at the end of the day, no one's going to remember you. No one's going to care. No one's going to, you know what I mean? I feel like you just need to have more compassion for your fellow human. And I feel like this is the complete opposite of what she's doing. And that's not what she was preaching before.
Before we go on to the Garcelle Erika drama, and we're going to take some callers on this topic, I do want to point out that Candace Dillard Bassett was active on social media, and you guys know.
As per usual, Candace Dillard Bassett is not a big fan of the Up and Adam family, which we are okay with. We can live with that. And do we all know why, though?
Yeah, she doesn't like me because she thinks that I, was a big advocate in the fact that I thought she should get fired after telling a blogger that he should, go kill himself, or that.
Yes, and where it really started was she gave you an interview, and then weeks later you interviewed Monique. But that's not the purpose of, you're not choosing, I'm going to interview Candace to be on her side or interview Monique to be on her side. You're doing an interview to get, what they want to say. I do like all your interviews, but it's just so crazy.
I want to elaborate on that too. She didn't say go, take your own life. She said that she hopes that the person's fat suffocates their heart. But the point is, it was a disgusting comment and I wasn't here for it. And I thought it was gross. And I just didn't necessarily understand it. So at that point, she lost me. Even if that person's attacking you, whatever the case was, the person lost their life. She's not the one who took their life. At the end of the day, I just thought it wasn't classy, but that's fine. I do like to point out what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And Candace Dillard Bassett made an interesting comment when it came to Lisa Rinna and a lot of these other women who are part of the Housewives franchises. She made a comment about how active they are on social media, but Andy Cohen doesn't give them the same smoke. Before I bring up this comment, Rob J in the city, have a happy birthday, Adam. First flight of tequila shots are on me. Thank you. They might be vodka, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Or champagne. Cheers, guys. Happy birthday.
Or champagne. All right, guys, 300 people in the room. Smash that like button. And it was from Brandman96, BC Robinson 96 on Twitter. At the hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, I want Andy to tell Rinna she's a mess on social media the way he told at the real Candace, because Rinna gets away with saying a lot worse than Candace did. And she said they all get away with a lot worse. Now,
I'm going to have to back Candace on that.
I'm backing Candace too, and that's why I'm saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I feel like Candace is not wrong in this. And I've said it time and time again. For Candace on the Real Housewives of Potomac, I don't think she does anything that's crazy problematic.
Okay, let's start with an example, okay? Because remember, she had a lot of nasty tweets, right, Candace, back in the day. Well, not in the back of the day, like last year. And Andy called her out and kept maybe you should stay off social media or stop tweeting, right?
He said
But
she was
then,
problematic she was a mess on social media.
right. And then, there was no, Diana Jenkins can sit there and say what she did about Philly Diva or anything else she has said and get like, when she asked Garcelle, what did you, or, when Andy asked Garcelle and Watch What Happens Live, what did you think about this comment about Black content creators? And it was just so loosely, passed by Andy. There was no comment, or there was no, anything about that comment. There was nothing.
Yeah, but also, I don't think that it would have been for Garcelle anyways. I think that's a comment that he needs to.
No, but I'm saying Andy didn't make a comment about it. He made like a little joke about it with Garcelle. You know what I mean? Like there was no like, she shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have. It was nothing like that. He said, "What did you think about that?" That was it. There was no other condoning it or anything like that.
I mean, I like Garcelle's response when she said she's nuts and uneducated. But I want to get back to this really quick because I do agree with Candace that it's not necessarily fair. If you're going to rip Candace's head off for being a mess on social media, then we need to also give Lisa Rinna that same smoke. Now, Lisa Rinna also put out a new kind of a post, almost apologizing, or just, it wasn't even an apology. It was just letting everybody know where she's coming from at the moment. And I've said this so many times on my channel. I said, right now, Lisa Rinna is unraveling and she's attacking people on social media. I have a few friends, not a whole lot of them, but I have a few friends where I talk to them, and when they try to go on social media and they want to like put something out there and, warrant a response, I'm like, think about it before you do it, because once you do it, you can't take it back. And when somebody jumps on the bandwagon, you're not going to be able to handle that. So why even put something out there that's going to warrant that sort of negative response and put you in that negative space? I don't get it. That's why I don't like to go back and forth on social media. But I felt like Lisa Rinna was doing the same thing, but she almost gets off on, going on and leaking DMs and calling Kathy Hilton a homophobic, narcissist, racist, and all of these other things. But she did put out a thing on social media, on Instagram, explaining her space, her headspace. She said, I've had a really rough time of it, and I think or you've seen how hard this has hit me. I'm sorry if I've raged on you or about you. It really has nothing to do with any of you. I never thought I would feel this way. I really thought grief would be about sadness and pain, but it's so much more. I am really struggling. I just never thought it would feel like this, but here it is. Losing my mom has really hit me hard. Thank you for your patience with me. I know it's not been easy to have the warm fuzzies from me right now, but I'll get through this and hopefully come out on the other side stronger and better. Thank you for your support and your love. I so appreciate it. But for me,
if I raged about you, it has nothing to do with you. What is that? That's what kind of fucking excuse is that?
I mean, I think it's actually kind of bullshit, only because it's Sutton.
It's complete BS. Like, what are you're using this as Diana used when she made the Black content creator comment as English is my second language. It's bullshit.
And also, where was your smoke for Diana Jenkins when she made that comment? And you were going off on, she's literally gone off on Kathy. She's gone off on Sutton. She's gone off on Garcelle. Where was that same energy for Diana? Unless we're just biased in the group, which we obviously are. I want to bring up a caller. Before we get into the Garcelle Erika drama, I'm going to bring up callers and I'm going to go in order, okay?
Yeah, let's talk about this because I think this is a big subject.
All right. Trent's Tower said, so she's saying grief and pain also brings the excuse to attack. It's so passive-aggressive, Philly Diva.
It doesn't.
Now no one can say anything to her. No, I see, and I don't think my heart breaks for her and her mother in this situation and her family, but I don't think it's an excuse. I think that you're not just attacking one person. You've had multiple opportunities to attack person after person after person. And what I think happened was Bravo or Andy messaged Rinna and they said, you need to cut this shit out. And she's like, hold on.
Yeah, cover it fast because it looks like you did cover it fast and we can read through the cover, So
let's welcome.
That's how I read it anyways.
Hi, Janelle.
Hey, Janelle.
Hello.
Janelle, you posted the most beautiful photo of yourself like 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yes.
You made me smile. I love that.
Oh,
I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it.
That was my party look. I was like, let me go be a party. What's up? Also, I think Lisa Rinna blocked me on Instagram.
Well, I thought she did too, but maybe I thought she blocked me, but I'll send you her profile because her profile sometimes doesn't let you get to it. And maybe
I was looking for her comment when you were going over it. I said, "What this bitch be saying now?" Oh, let me stop. Let me call her.
Oh,
Let me stop. But how are y'all?
Oh, we're doing it. We're just like we're trying to live our best birthday week life and get this rolling.
it's been so much birthday in the past. It's been my birthday. It's been 4th of July. Now it's Adam's birthday. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, y'all are gonna have to give me tips because my sister-in-law gave birth recently, and so it's a Cancer. So
congratulations!
Thank you.
You gotta ignore the roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
We always come back to the middle eventually.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
I'm
best
excited.
advice.
I'm super excited. Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up really quick. KW said Lisa Rinna was doing this before her mom passed, R.I.P. Lois. So real quick, Janelle, I did send you her profile that way to see if you can get on her Instagram page. But what are your thoughts about the way that she attacked Garcelle in the Real Housewives of Dubai, and then also her sort of statement explaining where she's coming from?
Here's my thing. I agree. Whoever put that comment, I agree. Lisa Rinna was already doing this before the comment. Here's the thing. I think she probably received a lot of smoke that she was not ready for when she made that comment. And I do believe that she's grieving. I wouldn't wish losing a parent on anybody, not even my worst enemy. But I also believe, do not use that as an excuse for bad behavior, because I don't know how the two equate each other.
Right.
Like, I can understand, like, I remember when I lost my grandmother like years ago. I remember I was sitting in class and I remember my math teacher made a comment, like he meant it as a joke, but like she had passed away less than a week before the joke was made. And I bust out crying. I was super upset. I was like, how dare you make that comment? And I ran out the room. And that's when my best friend told my math teacher, Janelle's grandmother just died like less than a week ago. And he felt so sorry. He was like, oh my God, I didn't know. I think he was just making like a random like mother joke. Like it wasn't like anything derogatory or anything, but just the thought of like a motherly figure just like made me break out in tears. But did I go after people? Did I eviscerate people? Did I cuss this math teacher out? No, I didn't. Like, no one is taking away the fact that she is going through a hard time with losing a parent. But you cannot go and get mad when people call you racist or discriminate or say that you discriminate against Garcelle when you go up against her. Because last time I checked, Garcelle has only brought up race one time when they were sitting around that table last season,
right,
where she was talking about how it feels to be a Black woman in predominantly white spaces. You all keep bringing up race, whether you say it outwardly or you imply it. So it's like, and also do not forget, Rinna, like, what was that comment that Garcelle said during the reunion that she heard that Rinna was like, oh, we can't be having, she said some comment. I forgot what she said, but I was just like, homegirl, you got a history.
Well, and it's not only that, and two, there was the TMZ video that came out of her saying that she felt like one of the reporters was a thug because they had tattoos and they ran up on her and she thought that they were from East LA. Then you see Harry Hamlin in the swastika.
Back then that was called stereotyping.
Right.
And it was acceptable, which shouldn't have been. But
where
like,
are
yes,
you,
I'm charging my I can't do my battery and my computer at the same time because
get your issue there.
I did not prepare myself.
That was so funny.
I did not prepare myself.
I do also I want to add to this really quick too. I think that it's kind of BS. She's calling bullshit on this, but I think that there is a way to have a conversation. Like, just because Garcelle is a Black woman in a group of white women doesn't mean that you can't have the same conversations that you have with the rest of the women where you have conflict and resolution, and then you're a racist. That does not equate to racist behavior. But if you are clearly engaging in racist behavior, then people are going to see that. So those are two different things. And it's just using it as an out to say, oh, we can't go after Garcelle because then that just clearly makes us a racist, which I don't agree with, because Garcelle hasn't given you anything to go after. after her.
There you go.
Yeah.
If Garcelle, if it was a Candace, because she's a firecracker over there in Potomac, okay? if Candace was on the Beverly Hills cast and poking, because Candace knows how to poke and prod, she knows how to get underneath your skin. Now, if Garcelle was exhibiting that same behavior, then yes, all of us be like, yup, get her. You better stand up to her because she's gonna be thinking it's cute. But the thing is that Garcelle's not doing that. Garcelle is a Sagittarius, like myself. Garcelle is blunt. Garcelle is just telling you like it is. Garcelle is, let me just steal the words right out of Rinna's mouth, owning it. And
well,
so
Garcelle can kill it in 3 words.
Hello?
You know? Or 1, uneducated.
I mean, I wish, you know, before we move on to the next topic, we saw and we heard about this a couple of weeks back, but Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3, they just announced the cast, and the cast I think is weak, but it's Whitney Rose and Heather Gay from Salt Lake City, Marisol Patton and Alexia Echevarria from Miami, and then it's going to be Candace Dillard Bassett and Giselle Bryant from Real Housewives of Potomac, and then it's going to be Leah McSweeney and Tinsley Mortimer from the Real Housewives of New York. Such a, like, give Candace Dillard Bassett.
Why are y'all doing that to me? I was about to get hyped. I was like, okay, I could deal with this. Okay.
And they're going to be in Thailand.
But then you had to say Leah. Listen, I follow Leah on Instagram, but that's only because she was featured on Love and Hip Hop. So
no, but I think that, you know, I kept saying this too. I was on the phone one day. I forgot who it was with. It might have been Jen or someone, but I was on the phone and I was talking about it, and I was like, the best Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3, let's put Lisa Rinna and Erika Girardi in a space where let's put them with Candace Dillard Bassett, because
100%.
I don't always love what Candace has to say, but Candace will hold you accountable and she'll say whatever she wants to say. She's not apologizing later. She's just unapologetically delivering the message. And if Lisa Rinna came into a space with Candace Dillard Bassett, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So give me the casting. Give me the casting chair, Bravo, because you're effing this up for me. That's all.
Well, even Andy did not agree with that cast.
Right.
He even said to fix it, and I don't know if it's been fixed.
If I was watching, I'd be like, Candace, get her. Get her, Candace. Get her. Get her. I know Candace. Why is Leah and listen, I really did actually like Tinsley on New York because
no one ever.
I mean, I actually did too. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't.
I liked her because she kind of was like, I feel like she was very doe-eyed. Like during it, she was like, what?
So she was the Raquel of Vanderpump Rules, but what does that give you?
That gives me
balance.
Thank you.
Balance to the rest of the cast.
Oh my God, nobody wants balance. We need, if you're gonna put them in a house for 8 days, we don't need balance. We have.
Aren't we going to Thailand?
Yeah, it won't be 8 days. It'll be like 2 weeks. But the point is, you guys get the point. Okay. All right. Real quick, I'm gonna change the subject onto Garcelle and Erika, but Janelle, stick around. I'm gonna bring you back up with a few of our other favorites, and I'm gonna go in order, but we love you.
I love y'all too. Happy birthday, Adam. I already said happy birthday to Jason, but I'm gonna say it again. Happy birthday, Jason.
Hey, thank you.
And also, yes, I have lots of opinions on Miss Erika Jane.
Well, listen, we'll bring you back into the mix. Don't you worry.
Because all I'm gonna say is this is my precursor. If it was my child, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna save the rest.
All right, Janelle. We'll see you in a minute.
See you in a bit.
All right, guys. So I love Janelle. All right, so we need to get back into this for a second because the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, there's a lot of drama and it's surrounding Garcelle and Erika and also the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast honestly disappointed me because if you guys haven't seen the preview for this upcoming week's episode, let me just give you a little bit of playback, okay? Erika, Lexa Prerica, as Jason likes to call her, and don't forget to smash that like button, Lexa Prerica, she decides to sit there and hit on Garcelle's oldest son, Oliver. And there's no shame in that, right? He's old enough, he's of age, except for the fact that he's a married man. And she's saying, you know, have your baby mama slide into my DMs. Well, it's not his baby mama, it's his wife, okay? And nobody's sliding into your DMs because nobody wants a $25 million lawsuit.
Yeah, no one wants to pay for your life.
Associated with one. And nobody also probably wants to slide into somebody's DMs who doesn't have any empathy for victims who have lost their girlfriend and been, you know, put inside of a burning house.
She's
of fire.
offered empathy the whole season. You remember when
I don't have empathy for
Oh
Erika.
wait, no, she didn't. She didn't offer any empathy.
No,
ever.
there was no empathy, and she just honestly annoys me at this point. Just watching her on the show is annoying because I just feel like it's ridiculous. But hold on, I want to get to this for a second because Kyle Richards ended up, there was a scene after this. What happened was Garcelle was ending her party and she got her son away from Erika because Erika was like, Oliver, we see each other, and like throwing her leg up, and she's like, you see me, and ooh, you get me, right? You get me. He's like, I got you, girl. I just want you to get the hell out of here and get away
I got
from
you.
me,
You're
really.
crazy AF.
Yes, you're crazy AF. And then finally, he ends up getting up and walking away. Garcelle gets her son out of the situation. Crystal goes back for the flowers that are on the table, and she says, Garcelle, do you want these flowers? So her nice 14-year-old son, Jax, decides to help out Crystal and go get the flowers. When he walks over, Erika says, what are you doing? Get the f*** out of here. Get the f*** out of here. And starts screaming at her son. And the still of his face just looks shocked. Well, he goes outside and he tells his mom about this. And Garcelle goes back and handles it with such class and says, Erika, you hurt Jax's feelings. I don't talk to him like that, right? She could have done, my mom would have probably pulled Erika off the couch.
I mean, I would have gone in there and just, never mind.
My mom, I mean, anybody who met my mom in Nashville, I think maybe that could be like a little inkling of like, my mom does not let you play with her kids. And for Garcelle, the way that she handled it, I have so much respect for her, but it gets worse for me. Going into, the next scene where we see, and this is always where we get some problematic back and forths, Dorit Kemsley, Kyle Richards, and both of their men, PK, who likes to name his See You Next Tuesday of the week on Instagram, and also Maurizio, who likes his bong.
Full of class, full of class.
Full of class.
All of them.
Right. Full of class. They're all full of class. Well, Kyle's talking about the situation, and she's like, listen, I thought it was kind of funny when all of this went down because did you guys hear that Erika told Garcelle's 14-year-old son to get the f*** out of here? And Dorit was like, no, I was there. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe that she said that. And Maurizio says, I think that's great that she said that to him. What part
That's
of
so
that
funny
is
because
great?
I saw a lot of comments about this, and this is something that came into my head too. If it was Kyle's kid or if it was Dorit's kid, and you said that to them, they would be flipping the out. You know what I mean?
God.
Like this would be a whole, someone said, I think on Twitter, and I don't know who, I apologize, whoever it is, but if that happened to Kyle's kids, this will be 3 seasons we'd be talking about this.
Right.
And like this, I mean, it's uncalled for. Like he's 14 years old.
It's uncalled for, but in the moment, they're sitting there going back, and Dorit at one point was like, I can't believe she said that. And then the next, breath, when she's sitting there with Kyle, she completely backtracked and she was like, this is a different side of Erika. And we're seeing her come out of her shell. And PK's like, I think that she's entitled to have a meltdown.
It's so nice to see this side of Erika, the one who's on pills, the one who's drinking too much, the one who doesn't give a shit about anything. God, it's so nice to see her. It's so nice. I've always wanted to see the side of her. What the fuck? What are we talking about?
I don't know. So then obviously Kyle Richards has gotten a lot of backlash, and Philly Diva right now with the memes on her Instagram story, Jason, I was showing you earlier, they're so funny. I was dying laughing, but everyone's pissed at Kyle Richards. I want to say 2 things really quick. One, I see that people are attacking her youngest daughter, Portia, on her Instagram and her comments. I don't think 2 negatives make a positive, no matter what we were taught in school. I think that's disgusting.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
2 wrongs don't make a right. Don't go and attack her daughter who has nothing to do with any of this conversation. It doesn't make sense. And also, you don't want to be that person. We're sitting here talking about Erika because we think it's ridiculous that she was that person. So don't put yourself in those shoes. Now, Kyle Richards wrote, I was laughing about a friend's drunken, ridiculous behavior, not about disrespecting someone's child. I think you know me better than that by now. I wasn't even there to see this and only heard about Erika and what she had said later. DJ Richie Sky, right here. This here is what you would call gaslighting.
Can I have to agree? I mean, Kyle always inserts herself where she's not needed. We've seen that multiple times already this season, and
Yeah. And Dorit looked like, this isn't the photo, but Dorit just looked like what the hell is going on here? I don't know what to say about this. But then she completely did a 180 when they were all sitting down together. And then she like backtracked. She's like, oh yeah, Erika deserves to have this moment. No, Erika, because then people and the Bravo fans never forget that moment in Amsterdam when Kim Richards ripped everyone a new asshole. And then, you know, Eileen Davidson looked at you across the table and mentioned something about your son and mentioned, you know, your son being a police officer or whatever. And you wanted
Erika was not having that.
She was not having it at all.
Just
so then you can tell Garcelle's 14-year-old son, who's not an adult, to get the out of here, and then hit on her other one, pretending like the wife doesn't exist. Erika, girl, go
you know what? She needs a break. She needs a break, and she needs like some therapy. I think
Lisa Rinna,
I mean, she's been through a lot. Can you imagine if like, you know, your husband did all of these things that you didn't know, and you know, you now had this life where now you're poor, living in this very expensive home in West Hollywood, and can only shop at TJ Maxx. Sounds like a great life, but like things are hitting her hard, so hard that she has to, you know, get on pills and chug the drink back a little faster. I don't have any sympathy right now, and she shouldn't have said any of that. It's so hypocritical. It's so condescending the way she was talking to Jax anyway. Whatever.
Well, I see some of our favorites in here, and guys, I also pinned the live, the call-in link in the live chat, so you guys can call in. I'm gonna go in order. I have Krista and Norma next, and then I'm gonna bring up Joe Mendoza and Sarah Bahu. But I'm gonna go bring up Krista and Norma because the reason I like the fact that Norma's coming up in this sense is because Norma had a lot of compassion for Erika on the boat, saying that she could understand we're seeing a woman that's really struggling and hurting. Now, I want to see if that same compassion and empathy and sympathy for Erika and what she's going through is going to lead into this conversation. And maybe she can give us a different perspective, or she might have been like, nope, Erika's wrong. I'm done. Goodbye. Let's see. Hi, Krista.
Hi, Krista.
Hi,
Hi, Norma.
Hi, happy pre-birthday.
Thank you. All right. So, Krista, I know you were in the room first. I wanted to start with you. What are your thoughts? Because Norma, better believe I'm picking your brain here in a second. But what are your thoughts about the way that Garcelle's son, one, handled the situation, but he's a 14-year-old respectful kid. So I'm not surprised the way he handled it, but the way that Erika talked to him.
Well, it's disgusting. I mean, it was disgusting, and I can't believe that anybody would double down on it. And yeah, I thought Garcelle handled it the right way, but it's not how I would handle it. And then, yeah, she just said her behavior was it's disgusting, and she needs to go on a pause. She needs a break. Yeah.
What were your thoughts before I go to Norma and ask her about the way that, did you see the scene where Kyle, PK, Maurizio, and Dorit were laughing about it?
Well, what do I keep saying about Kyle? She's like a snake, so do you even like expect anything different? And then
you know what's so crazy, Krista, is I don't want to believe that, because I've said this before on Adam's channel. I've said we cannot have Beverly Hills without Kyle. You know, like I really, even as much as I don't like her, I do like her in a weird sense. But lately I've been seeing, like, you know,
craziness.
Plainly, how she involves herself in certain situations where she really shouldn't be.
Like the wrong side of history, basically.
Yeah. Yes.
I think Mauricio was saying that like sarcastically and then laughed about it, because I think he says, oh, great, she said that. I think it's wonderful. But I think he meant wonderful, like, well, she just fucked up again. I don't know.
I'm also not going to take anything that Maurizio or PK have to say for, like, you know, word for word, because they're probably high as a kite.
Yeah, high, and then they were laughing about it anyway. So
yeah.
I can't.
Norma, what are your thoughts on this? Because I know that you were trying to have some sympathy for Erika when she was struggling on the boat.
And I still do. And, you know, when Kyle says that she was just laughing at a friend getting drunk, first of all, this is a friend that's making a fool out of herself, who takes meds, who's at this party desperately trying to retain her Erika Jane image by dancing crazily on the floor and flashing herself. But what I'm going to say is going to sound weird. First of all, I do not condone what she did to Jax. That is no way to talk to anyone's son. She did the same thing to Denise back in that whole barbecue issue when Denise said, hey, don't talk about three-ways in front of my teenage daughters. And then in a confessional, Erika said, oh, I'm sure they know what a three-way is because they probably already had one. And these girls were like 13, 14.
Yep.
So that being said, my take, because I watched it over and over again because it bothered me so much. I am a Leo mother. Don't mess with my children.
We both have Leo mothers. We know.
But
That's why we get along so well.
so, speaking of bonjour, my son that you met in New York is in France, all expense paid by his business.
Hey, way to make us
that's
feel
amazing.
jealous about life.
So, but anyway, I honestly think she was going to hit on him. She was hitting on Oliver, and he left, and he walked in, and she said, "What are you doing here? No, get the fuck out, get the fuck out." And then if you listen towards the end, she goes, "You're going to get yourself in trouble." I wouldn't be shocked if she was looking at him through sexual eyes, because he's a cute boy. And I could see somebody in a drunken stupor say something stupid like that, like, "Get the fuck out." For me, it wasn't like, "Get the fuck out," like she was reprimanding him, but like, temptation, get away, get away, get away. And I know that may not sound, like a popular opinion. It's just another way to look at it. And I also think that maybe that's why, if that were the case, then maybe that's why Maurice was like, "Yeah, well, good to see her like that, like she's owning her sexuality."
Well, editing could have played a big part in this. And Norma, to defend what you're saying for a second, when we flew to LA and did Juicy Scoop podcast with Heather McDonald, one of her best friends from the Chelsea Lately show is Lonnie Love, who was on The Real with Garcelle. And Lonnie told her that Erika was allegedly hitting on Garcelle's younger boys, but we didn't see that in the editing. So you could be right on that.
That's what I picked up from it, because it wasn't like a get out of here, like you're interrupting something, which is where she should have been telling Kyle to get out and leave Sutton and Diana's conversation alone. Kyle has proven to be no friend to Sutton. She didn't believe her or acknowledge her when she said her father committed suicide, and she did not believe or acknowledge her when she said she had 2 miscarriages. I've lost so much respect for Kyle. And as a friend, you don't laugh at a friend who's drunk. If you're a real friend and you see your friend doing stuff like what Erika did, you stop her or you say that's not cool. But you don't set a statement telling the world, "Oh, it was just, her and Rinna must have the exact same publicist because they're doing a lousy job."
I have to say, even though I'm so excited for tomorrow, not because it's my birthday or anything, but I love Dubai and Beverly Hills, and we're going to have so much to talk about.
You will be so inebriated, you will not be watching that tomorrow night.
No, that's not true, Jason.
Adam's going to be so inebriated, Jason, that when he sees you, he's going to go
inebriated on food, a food coma. That's what I meant.
He's going to say, "Get out, get the fuck out, because you're so hot."
No, that's not. Thank you, Norma. No, that's not.
But isn't Jason hot?
Oh God, we need another Spilling Tea Live tour.
Now. It's different.
All right.
It's like,
Norma, Krista, we're going to move on to Randall Emmett and then bring you guys back because I want to talk about this LA Times expose and also some Southern Charm and Ultimate Girls Trip. Hopefully you guys will be around.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, guys. I see Joe Mendoza, Sarah Bahu, and Stephen Pink. Hey, Stephen, it's been a long time. Let me go ahead and bring this up really quick. I'm going to hit all 3 topics and then bring up some callers to go ahead and round us off. We have 600 people in the room. Go ahead, smash that like button. Thank you for everyone showing up. All right, let's bring up this for a second. The man who played Hollywood inside Randall Emmett's crumbling empire. Now, Randall Emmett, the LA Times did an article, and there were 2 writers on this article, not only exposing Randall Emmett, but the way he treated Bruce Willis on set. And also, Lala Kent was a part of this article, and he allegedly tackled her down to the ground when she was trying to check his phone, and he had something to hide. Now, he's calling this a smear campaign because Lala Kent is trying to get full custody of their daughter, and his reps are saying that none of this is actually true. The only problem is when it comes to the LA Times, well, they do their research. They have multiple sources. They interviewed dozens of people. They brought in people from not only his past assistants, girls who were on the casting couch. Jason, I know that I haven't talked to you a lot about this, but there were girls who he had on the casting couch who he was telling them, if you want a role, then you have to me. And that's the only way you're getting the role.
So
And
we're
then-
like, it's Harvey Weinstein like 2.0. It seems, or junior.
yes,
You know, it's just
allegedly.
it's ridiculous. And I because we've met Randall many times, just from where we
I'm not
worked.
a big fan.
Not a huge fan, never have been, but you kind of understand, like, okay, listen, Randall's not a 10. Let's be honest, right? Like, how do you have Lala?
Well, Lala said that he offered her $14,000 off the casting couch and she refused to take it, but then yet she took her brand new Range Rover after
Yes, she
giving
did.
a BJ to ride in the PJ. And that, I mean, that's what was coming from her. But then also he has assistants coming out saying that when they were on vacation or at a workcation, whatever you want to call it, that he was, he had something in the hotel in his safe and that he sent his assistants to go back to the safe to get it out. They didn't have the right passcode. They couldn't get a hold of Randall. So security had to come and open the safe. And there was allegedly a big old bag of the C word, which we can't say on here because the algorithm, but it's the white powdery substance that you snort up your nose. Now, his assistants were also alleging that Randall made them or put them in positions to do illegal things, and they weren't comfortable with that. I know Zach Peter just did an interview with one of his alleged former assistants. I'm not sure, I didn't get to watch it, but I am curious what they have to say. Do you think that this is the beginning? Because talking to Ryan Bailey in our recap last week of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, he said, Adam, this is just the beginning, and this is going to be one after another of people coming forward and giving their side of the story against Randall. And 50 Cent just said, listen, this is the beginning.
I mean, he's been saying it since the beginning, right? Let's put it that way. I really think that this is the beginning of a lot of stuff that's about to open up, not good stuff. And I don't know, I don't really care about Randall. I never have on the show, but I do care about like the way he has acted. But I want to see how Lala became involved with Randall, because a lot of people are calling her like kind of a hero right now and saying you got away from him.
What? You were on a
You got away from
couch.
him. You were
PJ.
this. Right. And she's used all that. So it's like, now what were you to him? How did you get your, I don't know.
I just want to say this really quick too. Being in Los Angeles, like everybody from Jason to myself to whatever, you always have the older, more established people in the industry who come to you and they try to offer you weird shit to put you in positions that are beneficial to them. It's happened
all the time.
And time again, when I could have had to come up in some situation to go be with some older person who was living in $1 million mansion in Hollywood Hills, I didn't take that opportunity. I didn't do BJs for PJs. So that whole story, like, I don't give a shit. That's not, you weren't in some major film or something like that.
I wonder though, I see, here's the thing about Randall, like it's just going to fall, right? But now I want to know like how, what was your relationship with Lisa? Because at one point they were friends and he almost was a producer on Vanderpump Rules. He was also almost an investor with Tom. Like, how did that get past people? And then I want to know what was the real situation like with Lala and him. And I don't think it's going to look good for Lala going into season 10.
Well, and it will, because Lala is going to be the victim of this. And I do have to say one thing.
You can't be the victim when you put yourself in the line of fire.
Well, you can't
do that.
If he put his hands on her and tackled her to the ground, then she is a victim of that. And that's not okay. And he's a much bigger guy. We've seen both of them in person, and he is too damn grown and also much bigger and has a lot more of a capacity to throw her to the ground than she does too. I know
yes, he's a little taller than his cousin Big
Utah.
Ed.
Right. I'm Lala from Utah, and I like to go toes to toes, but he is a bigger guy, and he can manhandle her. He has a lot more body weight to throw into her, and that's just, it is what it is. Like, he is a grown man. So if he was throwing her down to the ground, which his nanny is denying, but of course she's denying because she's still on the payroll, then I do have sympathy for that. But when it comes to the way that you guys met, you knew he was married. You knew that the situation didn't make sense. It was a come up. It was a total come up. And then when you saw that he was cheating with other people, just like he cheated on his wife with you, then it became a problem for you. And then you were a victim of that, which I don't think that you're necessarily a victim of. I think it sucks to be cheated on. But when you it's like that old saying, and I swear I have compassion for people who are cheated on, but when it's like you meet your person and they're cheating on their significant other that's at home with their 2 young children and they're cheating on them with you, what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, listen, if she is a victim of one thing, it's the industry, because that's something that I do recognize. knowing Lala, meeting Lala, she's very, very nice, but she does know how to turn it on. And when she turns it on, it's not really her. I don't know her that well to say that, that wasn't her or whatever, but the impression I got was very different from the impression she gave other people. She could be a victim to the industry and wanting to, I don't know, be a producer's wife or whatever it is. That's unfortunate that was
but then you're choosing to take the limelight with the negative, like the negative stuff that comes with it, because we all knew. I mean, even if you go back and watch Vanderpump Rules season 9, Tom and Sheena and all of them are coming forward saying, we knew stuff about Randall. We heard rumors, but we didn't want to tell you because you were explosive and you would get upset about it. But if they heard the rumors, then Lala heard the rumors. And Lala went on the reunion saying that, I swear I've never heard any rumors, which is actually kind of bullshit in my mind, only because we heard the rumors. So if we're hearing the rumors and you're the one who's in bed with this man, having a baby by him, how the hell are you not hearing the rumors?
I don't know. Adam, when I start to judge someone, or before I judge someone, which I really shouldn't do, no one should judge anyone. But when I do think about that, I think about Lala like by herself, in her thoughts by herself, driving by herself, realizing that this was probably all not a good idea, and that she is a victim from that Hollywood crowd that get these young boys and young girls into like this scene, and they feel cool, and I'm a producer, I have money, I'm going to take care of you, and then they fall victim to this. And what they'll do, especially when you're young, you'll fall for it. And then you'll sit there and make excuses of why it's right to not make yourself feel like an idiot, Right. And I feel like that's where she is right now. So I'm going to have a little bit of compassion for Lala, even though the stuff she said and did doesn't necessarily correlate, with what I'm saying. But
I mean, I think that she was young and impressionable. And I think that she saw like the gold pot at the end of the rainbow and thought, life was going to be better. She said she said this in an interview that she was almost getting ready to pack up her life from LA and move back to Salt Lake City and go back into the whole, like, you marry someone, you have kids. If, in the next 2 years, she wouldn't have met someone and it wouldn't have panned out for her in LA. So she said a lot to like set herself up to make it look like this is exactly what she wanted. She wanted the powerhouse, whoever they were in whatever industry, in order to have a come up. She's made it seem like that. I do have compassion for the fact that she's been cheated on. I hate this for her and her little family and her daughter, but
I don't think this is what she was expecting with the whole.
Who can know what to expect when you have like when they're calling him a Harvey Weinstein 2.0?
I mean, and I don't want to say even 2.0. I want to say junior.
Okay. All right. Joe Mendoza said, advance happy birthday. Here's to some more vodka, mimosas, and other libations. Y'all are amazing and enjoy this little tip. Joe Mendoza, we love you. Let's bring up Joe. Sarah Bahu. Thank you, Joe. We're going to bring up Sarah Bahu and Stephen Pink. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Stephen.
Hello. It's late here.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Jason. Happy birthday in the past. You are very hot. We do love you. And Adam, you are very cute. And happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh, I did not plan it, but I'm out and about wearing some merch.
Hey, we love it. I was actually just wearing it earlier.
I'm wearing different merch.
There you go.
Steven, it's your turn. What merch are you wearing?
Steven, what are you wearing?
Well, it's 11:20 at night in the UK, so I'm wearing a t-shirt and that's it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
I'm staying so down. I'm not Randall Emmett 3.5, whatever. So yeah, that's what I was doing. But it's been so crazy. I was like, I was in bed and I was watching some drag race thing, and then I saw, okay, Adam's gone live, and I was like, I've got to go listen, because it's only Tuesday, isn't it? It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, seriously.
It's been a crazy week. I mean, with the expose coming out from LA Times and like everything going on with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it's just been a crazy week. But I do want to pick your brains both on this really quick too. Sarah, I know that you got in the room first, so I'm going to ask you to start off. Are you shocked at all about any of the claims that are coming out against Randall, or did you feel like there was something not right? Because we all have intuition, right?
Yeah, so I did think that Randall had some sleazy, there was a lot of conversation about how Lala and he hooked up. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped you. Can you still hear me?
We're here.
Yeah, no, there was just a lot of conversation about how they connected, and I don't know, I guess I just had a little bit of an intuition, or just thought he was a little questionable. I didn't think he was this questionable. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Stephen, what were your thoughts?
Okay, I've got to be polite now.
I mean, no, you don't.
Okay, well, if we cast our minds back to when he wasn't on the show, and then when she was basically getting cars off him and stuff, while he probably was still with his ex-wife, I'm not surprised the expose is coming out. I guess it's quite easy for him to go to. I think, I won't lie, I don't really know if this is really what LVP needs to sit there and think with her production hat on. Oh, this is a great angle for the season here, because you can't, obviously she's going to, there is what, I think there are many sides to it, and you both, when you were debating it, kind of hit both angles with it as well. Like,
oh, I think this is an LVP dream, to be honest with you, because then Lala has to be put in the hot seat, and she has to address it to the best of her ability, because they don't start filming until next week. And this came out. This is going to kick off. This in the Tom and Katie divorce drama will be the first episode going into Vanderpump Rules.
But who's going to say to her, okay, because look, at the end of the day, do you remember we talked about Weinstein? Do you remember what happened with Weinstein's wife?
No.
Right. So Weinstein's wife was with him for so long, and she became the main fashion designer and dressed everybody for nearly every red carpet event and every actress that starred in a Weinstein Company film. So she somehow became very incredibly successful via Harvey as well. But, you know, obviously she said that I shouldn't know anything about it, but I just don't, like, you know, what are we gonna, I get it, I know it sounds bad, but I'm just a bit like, okay, Lala, Randall was a scumbag. They probably all kind of did know. They probably, you know, casting couch stuff is not great. But where do you switch off after that? Are we going to watch 15 episodes of her crying, saying that he's well, we know he is. So I'm like, okay, it's done.
Right. I think what's going to happen is they're going to show Tom and Tom showing they're off their new bar and the progress of it. Then they're going to have Lala checking in on Katie through the divorce and moving into the new place. And then Katie's going to turn around and be like, did you see the LA Times article? And then that's where they're going to check up in on each other. And then we're going to cue over to Ariana and Stassi talking about, did you see the LA Times article?
Well, Stassi's back.
Or not Stassi, it's Sheena. Sorry, Sheena, I love you.
Oh God.
Oh, okay, sorry. And I know this is controversial. I got a little bit excited there. We've got Diana Jenkins on screen. I think we can have Stassi back.
No. Stassi might be getting her own Peacock show, but she's not coming back to Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, and I'm just going to end. This is my prediction because this does go in tail with Beverly Hills. So, all I've witnessed here is Garcelle and Sutton, because the people are saying, oh, right now. And I'm like, look, Garcelle and Sutton are strategic right now. This is what we've got. And that's why they're still friends with Kathy. For regardless, whatever their reason is, Kathy said sorry to us off screen. Okay, so we're fine now. That's happened off screen. Garcelle is going to film a scene with Lisa Vanderpump for this season of Pump Rules because of her son Oliver. She has then inadvertently filmed a scene while the Beverly Hills women are off screen. Rinna is probably gonna implode like a rotten pumpkin. They'll all be like, "You motherfucking bitch," blah, 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 blah. But it will drive it. There is no other ace card to play than Garcelle, and even better, if Sutton was there and they go for dinner to see Oliver at the Pump Garden, and they
Stephen, I love these predictions so much.
Lisa's not going to come on to Beverly Hills yet, but Garcelle is going to go to Lisa's house. She's took a call from her. She's seen this shit that's gone down this week. That is Garcelle's ace card, because nothing is going to drive them more insane than watching the reaction to that. And I think that I will go on camera right now. I will, if she doesn't do it, how could you not? What would you?
And if she does, we're gonna replay this scene from the live right here, because I think that would be gold for everyone.
Total gold.
Right before Vanderpump Rules comes on in the fall, when Beverly Hills ends, we have this scene. Oh, it would be great. Maybe it will take us into Vanderpump Rules.
I've loved Garcelle for ages. She's lovely. Blah, blah. And she'll be like, oh, these bitches. And Garcelle will be like, oh, yeah, you know. And then that'll be it. And they'll be like, oh, I'm here for Oliver. And it's great. The other women, well, they're probably sat there waiting to see if they've made the contract or not. It's going to blow up online and they are going to go insane. There is no... Because Kathy's not coming back, so that alliance is gone. But it'll be LVP. Maybe Sutton will be with her, but Garcelle's definitely going to be on Pump Rules in this new season.
Okay. And then
I like that prediction. I do have a quick question.
Does it not make sense? Would you not, if you were Garcelle right now, you took a call from LVP, you've just now watched them laugh with your kids, what would you do?
I feel like
right
you're
now?
about to be hired by Bravo to produce.
What are you going to do? You're going to keep having a war with them, or you're going to be like, oh, hey, yeah, all right, yeah, fine. Let's I'll eat some croutons with you. Great, cheers, bang.
All right,
Rinna will be like.
Joe Mendoza said, "Can we ask Stephen Pink to stand up?" LOL.
A
little weirdo.
No, there you go. Little legs.
All right, Sarah, to help us end off, what do you think about Steven's predictions?
I really like it. I would love LVP to come back. She doesn't have to. I mean, she's got enough jobs and money and all the other stuff, but I think
she's carrying the season by herself already. She's not even on the show.
Yeah, she might as well get paid, you know? So as a fan, I would love to see it. And, you know, I do think, I mean, Sutton is a mess, but she's a mess I like to watch. Like, she puts her foot in her mouth, but not bad enough that I feel like, okay, I have to like cancel you and I can't watch the show anymore. You know what I mean? And, you know, some of the other ladies, I am fine with getting new folks because the other ladies get on my nerves. Like, after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. Like, so, I mean, it takes us a little bit of time. I feel like they need to at least give everybody 2 episodes for us to care about them, and then give us another 2 episodes to decide, like, yeah, no, we're done with you. So, you know, but yeah, so I would love to see LVP come back, or even just, you know, Garcelle join in some of the Vanderpump stuff. Just, you know, so that Lisa has somebody to chat with that's not like a kid. Yeah, I don't want to say a kid, but
she's already chatting with her. She's been there. She went to the opening. They've had dinner together.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, filming wise, like for us to watch.
With the Vanderpump Rules cast.
Pump Rules needs the ratings. Pump Rules needs the ratings. So it's a win-win-win on all
100%
sides. Because, Adam, you said Erika and Rinna's contracts are up. I watch you. Yeah. So, you know, you think at that time as well, you imagine Rinna's been handed a contract which is like 2 cornflakes and like a slice of bread, and then she's got to watch Garcelle go on Pump Rules and be like,
you'd be pissed.
You know what? I don't want to say so because I hope to never see Lisa Vanderpump back on Beverly Hills, only because I know what that was like for her. And I think she is amazing. Obviously, I worked for her for a long time, but I do think that, like, Erika and Lisa's contracts are ending. Is this the Heather Dubrow moment we're going to get where they bring Lisa Vanderpump back next season?
Well, hopefully not the Heather Dubrow that came back, allegedly. But,
no, I mean, you know Lisa will not come back. Lisa will not come back like that.
Do you think Lisa would want to come back as a friend of, and
never.
Well, I would say the reason I was saying that is not because like a demotion part, but more just for the flexibility part. Go in, film a little, and then leave. Like, I would be a friend of before I would be an actual cast member.
You were a friend of, or you were going to be able to suddenly host a dinner. So you host a dinner, and now Sutton, Garcelle, and one of the other ladies are there. You know, that's something because they're now friends. It's just become something that isn't Lisa's not being a friend of, but she's.
I feel like Lisa's been a friend of for the past 2 seasons.
But,
yeah, well, and the thing is with LVP is she's like either all in or she's not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That
just
makes
her.
sense.
She's like either I'm committed to it, we're doing this, we got to do it all the way, or like I just don't want anything to do with
so
it.
do you think she'd come back if Rinna and Erika were gone, or at least if one was gone? Because I think one of them is going. One is done.
It might
And I
be
think
more
it's
appealing, but right now she just became a grandmother. She's focusing on a new restaurant. She just opened another new restaurant. She does Vanderpump Rules. The ratings for Vanderpump Rules this season are probably going to be amazing with everything going on.
Yeah.
I don't think that, and they're still talking about a Vanderpump Valley spinoff on Peacock. They just have to reconfigure that without Stassi and Jax. So I'm curious, but I don't think she'll come back to Beverly Hills.
Who else is in the Valley?
Really none of them.
Yeah.
She needs to just do something with Trixie Mattel. Her and Trixie doing that Trixie Motel thing. If her and Trixie did a road trip or something, that I would watch that. Well, why and why hasn't she been a judge on Drag Race yet? Why hasn't she done Drag Race either? I don't get it. Why hasn't Vanderpump done Drag Race?
She's
Even
like,
Drag
I
Race
have no
UK.
time. I have no time.
She
No,
does
I
have
don't know.
time, to be honest.
But I did want to say, Sarah and Steven,
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
so much for calling in. We're about to go to a pre-birthday dinner. So Sarah, Steven, we love you guys so much. And Steven, it was so great to see you. We haven't seen you in so long.
seriously.
Sarah, you as well.
Yeah. Work.
I know. Sarah, will
You have to get up at this time of night and get on here.
Well, I literally rolled out of bed on, like I said, I'm watching Drag Race.
Okay.
Take care, everyone,
guys.
and have a great birthday, okay?
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye,
See you later.
Steven.
Love you guys.
Bye, Sarah.
Love you. Bye. All right, and Norma Maldonado, happy birthday, handsome. Here's more money for cockies, those in the live and replay show. Adam, some birthday love, and hit that like button. Skeptical, WTF. Those were the emojis, I'm guessing. Thank you, Norma. I did want to bring this up really quick before we end up exiting off of here. We have some reservations to get to, but TV Deets, I love the shade. Not us getting a Kyle Richards, Lisa Rinna takedown this season without LVP having to lift a finger.
Right.
I thought that was funny. And then on top of that, we have this next one, which was also really funny, Jason. Well, it's not actually funny. It's actually, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. But it looks like $1 Million Listing New York has been canceled by Bravo after 9 seasons. So,
Yikes. I mean, you do have to, here when we go to $1 Million Listing, like both franchises, New York and LA, have kind of been suffering.
Yeah.
So I would see this as a thing. And then you have stuff like Selling Sunset and everything popping up that this was almost about to happen. And Ryan Sternhardt has his own. He's good.
He just
Frederick Ugman, they're good.
Show.
Steve Gold, how many Housewives shows has Steve Gold been on? They're all good.
But
Yeah.
Ryan Sternhardt, again, just got his own show. So
Yeah.
I think it's okay. All right. With that, guys, Jason and I are about to head out for dinner. We wanted to say thank you so much for all of the birthday love. Thank you for all the messages. We have pre-records coming your way tomorrow. And don't forget tomorrow night to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and The Real Housewives of Dubai, because we have a lot to talk about on Thursday. We'll also talk about Southern Charm and Ultimate Girls Trip since we missed that today. But we love you guys. Jason, did I miss anything?
No, but just Miss Catherine and Sarah, thank you so much for the super chats. We appreciate you. And this is fun. Guys, I don't know if anyone follows us at all. I mean, Below Deck. We're not doing Anchor Watch tonight. We'll be back next week for Anchor Watch, covering Below Deck Med and Down Under. Cannot wait.
Yes. Thank you to all of our mods. Thank you to everyone joining the chat, and thank you to all the super chats and super stickers. You guys are the best, and we'll see you so very soon. And if it's vloggable for our members only, I will definitely vlog tomorrow, whatever Jason has going on for the birthday shenanigans. I just don't know. He hasn't told me anything, so we'll have to wait and see. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.